Alright guys, this is a choice project where you're going to choose to either make a rolled paper sculpture or you're going to choose to make either a little mini set of piñatas or one medium-sized little piñata. So this is what we're going to do. So first of all, for your rolled paper sculpture, you have one piece of chipboard left, and it's a smaller piece, most likely what you have left. It could be different colors. You have a stack of construction paper left. You're going to need a pencil. You're going to need a bottle of glue, and then you're going to need some scissors to work with. And so, first of all, your construction paper. You're going to work with different sizes of construction paper. This chipboard is for your base. When you get done, you can stack up your pieces here, and this is how you carry your sculpture. That's all that's for. The pencil's going to help you roll the construction paper. The glue's going to help you keep it together. The masking tape will help you keep your form, and of course the construction paper. So, the full size of paper is way too big. We're going to be working with a small sculpture, so we need to cut our paper, and you have a couple choices. You can cut it right in half and have it cut in half, and these make pieces. They're kind of long like this, so they're kind of long. That's what pieces they make. Or you can take these and cut them in half again and end up with this size paper, and that's a fourth of the paper, and that's what I used for most of the rolls that I make. And this is the difference in size. So they're not that dramatically different. So those are the sizes you're looking at when you cut your paper. So to get started, you're going to have a big stack of just a bunch of papers like these. I would encourage you to leave some of your papers not cut all the way, and maybe have some of your papers this size and some of them this size so you can start rolling. Okay, some techniques to start rolling. So the white paper in your kit is real heavy. It's not as easy to roll, so I would encourage you to stick to all the different colors. And remember, for our presentation, you can use anything you want. You don't have to use the construction paper. You can use manila paper that you have at home. You can use old worksheets, magazines, just whatever you want. But here's the point. I'm going to grab this paper, and I'm going to take a pencil, and I'm just going to roll it with the pencil. And I'm just going to kind of turn it, and then I'm just going to let it go. That gives me a pretty good turn so that I can actually work with it now. I make sure that the eraser part of my pencil is always out. And I just start here. And do not roll flat like this. Roll from a corner. And you're going to roll across. And remember that our paper, this is sticking out so that it won't get stuck in there. I'm going to grab a little bit of glue. And you need a little bit of glue, not a bunch. And don't only glue the tip, because if you want to cut your paper, you don't want it to fall apart. So you want to add about this much glue, and just go ahead and spread it thin, and make sure you get your tip, and just go ahead and roll your paper. And I'm just going to keep it there for a second, hold it, and then pull this out. If the eraser's inside, it's really hard to pull the pencil out, so that's why you want the eraser on the outside. So that's how you make them. Another thing to do to get really nice rolls, and I'm going to angle the phone a little bit like that, and is to grab the paper, put your hand on it, and put it on the edge of the table, and just kind of pull it like that, and it makes it curled already, so that when you start rolling, you can just grab this, and you don't have to roll it twice with, I'm going to move my pencil so it doesn't get stuck in there. You don't have to roll it twice with your piece. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then just go ahead and glue that together. Just hold it for a few seconds, and there you go. So the point is to make a bunch of rolls of whatever color you want. I have a bunch that I rolled. And let me go get a piece of paper. Give me a second. So here's one of the examples we saw, and I told you this was like a diamond shape. So to make this, I would take these and probably cut this one. And probably I'm cutting from the edges because they're glued at the center, right? So you want to cut from the edges if you're going to be cutting these. Cut at the center and then cut at the ends so that your centers can stay glued. And I'm going to make like a awkward diamond shape. And then I would put glue in between all these, and to stabilize them, I would put just a piece of masking tape but I still need the glue on the inside. And I'm not going to worry about taking this masking tape off because it's going to cover up in layers. But I made this shape. That's the inside shape of this. And I would make about 4 or 5 of these and then just start stacking them like that. And I would have my piece that stands up. And that's how you make something like this. For something like this, what was done was you took 2 pieces. You took one long piece and you cut it, but not all the way, just about 3/4 in. And then I bent it like this, and then I put some pieces like that. And I made a bunch of letter A's like this, and each one kind of curved with it. I hope that makes sense. You make one like this, you make another one, you stack them, and then they make that wave. And that's how I made this shape. It's with letter A's. If you look at something like this, they're just a bunch of these that we literally put a needle through them, and then we tied them, and then we let them go crazy. And they went like this because it had a little hole in there. So they kind of just spun and made this weird shape, and then we glued them all together to make something like this. So there's different ways to attach these. This right here does not make the rolls like this. What this one does is they took the pieces like this, and we just folded them in half. And then we rolled this one on top in a circle like this. And then we put another layer and another until we got a really big disc of just layers of color. So then I would grab a different color and wrap it around this and then keep wrapping and wrapping. And that's how we made this. And then the only difference is we added these cones coming out of the middle of this disc. I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, send me a message and ask me. This next one was, we made them with angled paper like this, where we had the paper at an angle, and we went ahead and rolled it, sorry, the other way, and then we made this shape where it sticks out. And we made these little cones, but the other way. So they're bigger at the bottom, they cone. The papers were a lot more angled, but that's how you make these. You can also make like a circle one and put them out the middle to make something like this. And then the rest of them, guys, just start looking at the basic form of the pieces that you have and try to get creative. And this is origami. And just try to get creative on how you stack them up. This is kind of like a log cabin they used to make in elementary school. So just look at your shapes, try to get creative, and just have fun with it. When you get done and it's all glued down, you attach it to your base. I hope that makes sense.